Have you ever felt like no matter how much you earn, it's never enough? Like you're stuck in a cycle of spending, borrowing, and struggling, and you can't figure out why. Today's video is dedicated to those who feel this way. I know how frustrating and upsetting it can be when it seems like money just slips through your fingers, no matter how hard you try to hold on to it. But what if I told you there's a hidden psychology at play here, an invisible force shaping your financial reality that you haven't been aware of until now? Welcome to Financial Psychology. I'm here to help you become financially free by understanding your money blueprint. And today we're diving deep into something that affects all of us at some point in our lives: scarcity. But before we dive into the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on weekly videos that will help you understand your money blueprint. Also, please tap the like button because it helps the algorithm push this content to more people and help them too. Now let's get back to scarcity. It's like an unwelcome guest that sneaks into your life uninvited, whispering doubts and fears in your ear. You feel it when your bank account is almost empty or when payday seems like a distant dream. And once it settles in, it can feel impossible to get rid of. But scarcity isn't just about being broke. It's a state of mind, an emotional and psychological burden that weighs heavily on your heart and your wallet. Have you ever felt this way? You have enough money to pay your bills, but you're still worried about making ends meet. Or maybe you've saved up some money for a rainy day, but you find yourself constantly anxious about losing it all. That, my friend, is the sneaky nature of scarcity rearing its ugly head. It thrives on uncertainty and ambiguity. It tells you that you don't have enough, that it's never enough, and that things will get worse if you don't do something drastic. So you find yourself in a vicious cycle. Scarcity whispers to you, telling you to take desperate measures, but those measures, while seemingly offering a glimmer of hope, only make things worse in the long run. And it can feel like an endless loop that you just can't break free from. So what exactly is scarcity, and how does it keep you trapped in this downward spiral? Well, scarcity is essentially a psychological state. It's that feeling of not having enough, whether it's enough money, enough time, or even enough love. But today we're focusing on financial scarcity. It's the belief that you'll never have enough money, that the bills will always pile up, and that financial stability is just a pipe dream. But here's the thing, scarcity is not always based on reality. Sometimes it's just a trick of your mind playing games with you. And let me tell you, it can be a cruel trickster indeed. You might have enough money in your account to cover your expenses, but scarcity convinces you that it's never enough. It makes you believe that disaster is lurking around the corner, waiting to swoop down and snatch away everything you have. And this constant fear of disaster drives you to take actions that seem like the only option at the moment, but trust me, they're not. Imagine this, you're at the grocery store and you have enough money to buy the essentials, but scarcity has you in its grip. It screams in your ear, buy now before it's too late. Next thing you know, you're impulsively buying non-essential items that you don't really need just because you can. Or maybe you find yourself eating out more often than you'd like, trying to satiate the insatiable hunger created by scarcity. Before you know it, your wallet is crying out for mercy and your bank account is looking emptier than a politician's promise. These actions might provide temporary relief, but they only feed the beast that is scarcity, making it grow stronger with each passing day. And that brings us to the second vicious cycle, fueled by scarcity: borrowing. Borrowing initially might seem like a smart move. You're facing an unexpected expense and you don't have the funds to cover it, so you turn to loans or credit cards for help. But scarcity whispers sweet nothings in your ear, convincing you that borrowing is a clever solution. It reassures you that you'll earn more next month, that the loan will be a breeze to repay. And before you know it, you're trapped in a web of debt. Just like the borrower in the famous story, you start seeing loan sharks around every corner, their eyes gleaming with a promise of quick cash. Each new loan seems like a beacon of hope, but it only plunges you deeper into the murky waters of financial despair. And before you know it, you're stuck in a cycle of repaying old loans with new ones, hoping for a miracle that never seems to come. This vicious cycle of borrowing not only adds financial strain, but also takes a toll on your mental well-being. The constant worry and stress can impact your relationships, your work, and even your physical health. You might find yourself constantly on edge, always bracing for the next financial blow. And that's the devastating impact of scarcity keeping you locked in its clutches. But wait! There's more. Scarcity doesn't just mess with your spending and borrowing habits, it also messes with your brain. It reduces your cognitive capacity, making it harder for you to make sound financial decisions. Think about it. When you're constantly stressed about money, when every penny counts and every expense feels like a battle, it's hard to think clearly. Your brain, like a computer, has limited processing power. And when scarcity takes up most of that power, you have less bandwidth for rational thinking, planning, and decision making. It's like trying to solve a complex equation with a calculator that's constantly running out of battery. Pretty soon, you're making mistakes that you wouldn't normally make. And before you know it, you're stuck in a cycle of financial confusion. So how do you break free from this cycle? How do you escape the clutches of scarcity? It starts with recognizing the signs, understanding the psychology behind it, and taking small, consistent steps towards financial freedom. One way to do this is through mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness, you can learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. You can become more aware of when scarcity is rearing its ugly head and when it's influencing your decisions. Another effective way is by practicing gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to scarcity. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you shift your mindset away from scarcity. Start a gratitude journal and write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. It might seem like a small thing, but over time it will transform your perspective. Additionally, consider implementing micro-saving habits into your daily routine. These are small amounts saved consistently. For example, save $1 on the first day, $2 on the second day, $3 the third day, and so on. This practice not only helps you save a decent amount over time, but also instills discipline and financial awareness. Finally, engage in cognitive restructuring. This involves identifying and challenging the negative thoughts and beliefs that contribute to scarcity. For instance, when you think, "I'll never have enough," challenge that thought with evidence. Ask yourself, is it really true, or am I just feeling anxious? By challenging these thoughts, you can start to reshape your financial narrative. Remember, breaking free from the cycle of scarcity is a journey, not a destination. It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to embrace change. But the rewards are immense. Not only will you improve your financial situation, but you'll also gain peace of mind and emotional stability. You'll be able to make better decisions, plan for the future, and live a life that's less burdened by financial worries. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends and family, and leave a comment below letting me know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on new videos. And if you want to continue learning about financial psychology, check out this video next. Thanks for watching, and remember, you have the power to shape your financial future. Stay curious, stay resilient, and stay financially free.